political situation in Malaysia is getting heat up almost every single day, Kunvina. As the latest update is that Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak has come out and warned that recent reforms cannot be done overnight. So Malaysia's economy risks slipping backwards if he does not win a strong majority in an election he must call within weeks. Kunvina, isn't that a threat?
Oh, well, that's actually a similar comment made by the Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen, who said that if his party does not win the election in July as well.
Yeah, as Najib also said that a weak government means instability and uncertainty, and a country cannot afford the kind of scenario for the next 5 years given the weak and external economic situation. So his coalition and ruling party helped by economic growth that hit 5.6% last year and its own deep financial pockets. Also favored to win against the fractious three-party opposition. But there's uncertainty over the outcome, making Kuala Lumpur Stock Index Asia's worst performer this year, Kumina. He also has delayed potentially painful reforms to wean the country off dominant oil revenues and stem rising debt. He also has overseen a deluge of handouts to poor Malaysians in what opposition politicians thinly disguised vote buying. Because Najib counters that the opposition plans, including free university education, would send the deficit soaring. And taking power in his 2009, historically, Najib staked his fortunes on reforms aiming at spurring growth, increasing transparency, and dismantling policies that favor majority ethnic Malays and which have alienated minority ethnic Chinese and Indians. Well, his flagship policy, Kunwina, is the 444 billion US dollars or 1.38 trillion ringgit economic transformation program, or the ETP, aiming to double per capita incomes of the Malaysian to 15,000 US dollars within 2020. So the ETP program has won initial praise from investors, and although it remains to be seen if private investment can play as big a role as hoped.
One of the main supporters, an outspoken supporter of Prime Minister Najib Razak, is the former Prime Minister of Malaysia, that is Mahathir Mohamad. And in our next report, we will see how Johor will remain as Barisan Nasional stronghold despite the opposition, according to the former Prime Minister.
Former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has maintained that Johor will remain as Barisan Nasional stronghold despite attempts by opposition's big names to contest in the state in the coming polls.
It's normally a very stronghold of BN. Maybe they have found out something about the feelings of the people of Johor. So they think they can win in Johor. But they say the proof of the pudding is in the eating. We'll see what happens when the election is on.
He said this to reporters after launching Human Life Advancement Foundation and World Conference on Global Innovation at Putra World Trade Center (PWTC) on Wednesday. It was reported that DAP veteran leader Lim Kik Siang will contest in Johor, confirming speculation that he will go to the southern state to boost the party's chances in the general election. The Pakatan Rakyat Opposition Pact has marked Johor as one of its frontline states, with past Vice President Salahuddin Ayub reportedly saying he was leaving his Kubang Kerian seat in Kelantan to contest in his home state. Dr. Mahathir also refused to make guesses when the Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak would dissolve the House.
Saya jangka macam-macam lah. Saya jangka tahun sudah lagi dah bubar dah, tapi saya tak ada kuasa, jadi benda tu tak jadi lah. Kalau saya jadi Perdana Menteri dah bubar dah.
When asked if there was any possibility that Najib would be ousted if Barisan did not perform better in the polls, Dr. Mahathir said that he preferred to avoid such scenario.
Almost no resemblance.
The Vietnamese Prime Minister Nguyen Thanh Dung has given the go-ahead for the expansion of the country's main highway. Well, Vietnam will expand the National Highway 1A in the central province of Nha An. The 34-kilometer section will connect Nhi Son and nearby Thanh Hoa province and Co Giet in Nha An, and will cost around 3.6 trillion Vietnamese dong, or $180 million. Considered the most important highway in Vietnam, National Highway 1A runs through half of the provinces and cities in the country, linking Hanoi, Da Nang, Ho Chi Minh City, and Can Tho. Another project to expand a section of the highway in the central province of Quang Nam also commenced earlier. The 40-kilometer section will be expanded with investment over $80 million.
Kun Pathom Sang Wongwanit, our reporter, will go and introduce us to eliminate malicious malware through maximum IT security in tech savvy.
Welcome to Tech Savvy, a program that will broaden your perspective on the IT industry. Now, many of you might have heard the term IT security, but do you know how a firewall works or what is an advanced persistent threat? In this episode, we will explore the essence of IT security and the evolution of malicious malware as well. Security, one of the essential components in maintaining peace and stability, is asserting a huge part in revamping not only the offline world, but the online world as well. Since globalization has conquered the world, it plays an important role in turning the globe into a digital era. While we can communicate more effectively and swiftly, there are opportunities for cyber fraud, information hacking, and online scam. This explains why developing IT security is as important as strengthening state armaments, economic growth, and social cohesion. According to Nakrop Niamnamtham, founder and managing director of nForce Security, IT security is a metaphor of protective gears when riding a motorcycle. Through sending email messages, sharing files, and exchanging information via social network websites, there is always a risk of being exposed to online threats which have the potential to cause harmful damage to your precious information or the operating system. Therefore, IT security presents an ideal approach to ward off these harmful threats. Specifically, IT security can be classified into two main areas: personal and corporate. Antivirus software is a prime example of personal IT security. Let's hear what defines corporate IT security.
For the enterprise, right, you should at least buy the firewall or some gateway security to control all the employees, to control all the sensitive information.
Many people might have heard the term firewall, but only a few can explain what it is, not to mention knowing and understanding the basic function of it. In a simple sense, a firewall is the heart of a network, meaning that it has the ability to control and direct various operations within a network. Metaphorically speaking, a firewall can be compared to a security guard who has the authority to monitor anybody that enters the premise and stop a suspicious person from entering it. If there is no such thing as a firewall, a network can crash within 1 or 2 minutes. This is because a firewall-less network is a sign of failure to prevent malicious threats from interfering with the operating system.
If you talk about the IT security people, the first thing that the IT security engineer or IT security consultant must know is the firewall. The firewall is separate between inbound and outbound traffic, and to control all the traffic, which traffic can go to internet or not, and this traffic can go into your organization or not. It's the mandatory function of the firewall. The firewall is control all the packet, all the application, and control all user also.
The essence of IT security is to eliminate malicious malware such as computer viruses and spyware from harming the operating system as well as stealing sensitive information. Similar to computer software and hardware, computer viruses have evolved throughout these years. Advanced persistent threat is a relatively new term to describe the new trend of malicious malware which aims to sneak into the system and obtain sensitive information. More importantly, this kind of malware is very difficult to detect by both firewall and antivirus software.
5 to 6 years ago, a virus attack is a broadcast. The broadcast, they make your network crash and your network jam. You cannot use application. But now the new virus or the new malware, they target on your information, on your organized information, on your target web server, the target email server, or target your application server.
There is hardly any doubt that IT security is revamping not only the trend of the cyber world, but also business strategies as well. Information is one of the essential keys to success in this era. In other words, the more information a person has, the more competitive advantage he or she attains. It is rather crystal clear that all corporations have been using IT security to drive their businesses forward. In a nutshell, IT security controls and protects information, whether it is personal, customer, or partner information, while maintains the system to work smoothly and reliably. As you can see, IT security is very important in protecting your sensitive information and eliminating harmful threats as well. You can follow Tech Savvy again every Thursday for the hottest development of the IT world.
That wraps up today's edition of Good Morning ASEAN. I'll see you again, same time, same place, same channel.
Catch us again 7:30 to 8 a.m. on กรุงเทพธุรกิจทีวี and วีนาจงประสิทธิ์
and I'm Patsurang Desha Putarang Si สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ